It's time to take it to the max!
It's Thursday, and you know what that means. Welcome to Max Wrestling episode 355, the final all-audio episode of Max Wrestling. For next week, we're going video.
God dang video.
This is your captain speaking along with El Jefe Moses Marquez. Together we make the Cap and Mo Show.
Top of the morning.
It's end of an era. Both in AEW and on Max.
True.
We're on to
factual,
bigger
very factual statements.
Brighter things. So, coming up this week, Cody Rhodes is still a heel who thinks he's a face. WWE gets smacked down by COVID. Day one predictions, and Tony says adios. But first, we kick off the show by going back in time. Here's what happened this week in wrestling history. On Christmas Eve, the 24th, 1986, Perro Aguayo won the WWF Light Heavyweight Championship for the sixth time at a UWA house show in Mexico City. He was stripped of the title after 2 months due to a controversial finish in a defense against Villano III.
It sounds about right, yeah.
From what I saw, Villano then won the vacant championship in a rematch against Perro. On Christmas Day, December 25th, 2017, WWE made the controversial decision to run Raw live on Christmas Day, where Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins defeated The Bar for the Raw Tag Team Championships. I very, 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 very well remember how outraged everybody was that they were making everybody work on Christmas Day.
You bastards.
December 26, 1983, Iron Sheik defeated Bob Backlund for the WWE World Championship at Madison Square Garden. This was the last title change in WWE's relationship with the NWA and was also the reign that was ended by Hulk Hogan a month later to give birth to Hulkamania.
Oh no. Why'd you do that, brother?
And Iron Sheik has hated Hulk Hogan ever since.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, December 27th, 1993. Ric Flair put his career on the line and defeated Big Van Vader for the WCW World Championship at Starrcade 10th anniversary. On the same night, Steve Austin defeated Dustin Rhodes in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the WCW US Championship. And on the same day, 2 years later at Starrcade, Ric Flair won the World Championship again, defeating Lex Luger and Sting to earn an immediate title shot, which he won against the champ Randy Savage.
Love it.
Starrcade in the early 90s sounds loaded.
It always was. Starrcade is their WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So it was always a big giant show, and then I think they were always good from I want to say they were constant great ones from 80. I want to say 88. I was going to say 87. I want to say 88 to 90. I want to say 93.
Yeah. Well, I got a couple.
It depends.
We got a couple more coming up. December 27th, 1998. Goldberg's undefeated streak finally came to an end at Starrcade when he was tased by Scott Hall and pinned by Kevin Nash for the WCW World Championship.
You bastard.
Oh, man. December 28th, 1997. Amazing build-up, shitty finish. Sting versus Hogan at Starrcade for the WCW World Championship. Sting did win, but was later stripped of the title before defeating Hogan in a rematch at Super Brawl 8. Shitty finish. Seriously, the build-up was incredible for this match.
Oh, yeah. But, that was WCW.
And then they shit the bed.
I wish I can come up with a good enough excuse, and I can't.
December 29th, 1996. After Ric Flair was forced to vacate the championship due to an injury, Eddie Guerrero defeated Diamond Dallas Page in a tournament final at Starrcade to become the WCW US champion. He never won the title again until it was reactivated by WWE in 2003, where Eddie again won a tournament final against Chris Benoit to become the first US champion of the WWE era. of history. It's not really history until next week, but still. December 29th, 1998, Mankind defeated The Rock for the WWE Championship on a Raw taping. However, the result would later be leaked by WCW the night it aired on January 4th, causing themselves to lose the Monday Night War forever.
I was gonna say, I was like, that fucking channel clicks. I said, excuse me, he's doing what? Everybody went.
Tony Schiavone's infamous line, "That'll put butts in seats."
And it did.
And it did.
Sorry. Well, I love you, but it did.
And fine. Well, we got two more. Today in history, in 2013, Daniel Bryan defeated Luke Harper and Eric Rowan back-to-back before defeating Bray Wyatt by DQ on New Year Raw. The show also opened with CM Punk versus Seth Rollins.
Ooh, not bad.
Pretty good. I mean, the gauntlet match Bryan was in against the Wyatt family must have been good, because I just looked at my Facebook memories this morning, and apparently I just posted Daniel fucking Bryan.
They're like, well, this is how I know it was good. Like, history's telling me it was good.
Yes.
My own Facebook's like, hey, I need you to mention this today. All right, you got it.
And finally, a year ago today, AEW dedicated an entire episode of Dynamite to the late Brody Lee, who had tragically passed away just a few days before.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, been a year.
We miss you, Brody.
But birthdays this week. On the 24th, I didn't know this, on Christmas Eve, it was Pat Buck's birthday. He was 37, and Chris Hero turned 42. I'm sure some people remember this. It's also Miro's birthday on Christmas Day. On December 25th, Miro turned 36, and Wildcat Chris Harris turned 48. On December 26th, Warhorse turned 29. I thought he was younger.
Right.
The hardcore wrestling, well, WWE fans will remember Midian. He turned 53, specifically Naked Midian, running willy-nilly through the streets.
Thank you, sir.
On December 27th, Zelina Vega turned 31, Cesaro turned 41, Goldberg turned 155.
Fucking A right.
This one caught me off guard because I don't know who the hell it is, and the profile doesn't seem to know who it is either. But apparently, there is a wrestler who turned 38 called Flash Thompson. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the name of the bully in Spider-Man.
I believe so.
There's actually a wrestler called Flash Thompson. He was inspired by the Human Spider and Bonesaw.
Kind of badass.
On December 28th, Rachel Ellering turned 29 and Taryn Terrell turned 36. El Desperado turned 38 on December 29th, and Justin Roberts turned 42. And happy birthday today to Ray Phoenix, who is 30, Laredo Kid, 34, Eddie Edwards, 37, and PCO, 53.
Sweetness.
All right, so I guess we're kicking off the week with Rampage on Friday, where Cody Rhodes became a three-time TNT champion, defeating Sammy Guevara. Because he's still a heel who thinks he's a face.
Like, okay, so I've said this on probably on record here on Max. I know I've said it in the TSK for sure, but I thought Sammy losing it relatively quick probably wouldn't hurt him. It's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? You're over as a sumbitch anyway. It's not that big of a deal. But then he loses it to Cody, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I take back what I said.
I mean, I kind of get it, because they're just doing everything possible to have Cody piss people off, because when he finally does turn heel, nobody's going to cheer because they hate the guy so much.
Yeah, but he's fucking Corey Cena right now.
Right. Yeah, and how much did people hate Cena when he was winning everything?
Oh, my God. I hate him now sometimes. No, not really. He's I don't know. When you're not all open in my face all the time, like, I don't mind you. But it's like, yeah, I hate the heel tease, though. Cause it's like, okay, like, Cody can actually be a heel, and he should be a heel from time to time. Or actually, not time to time, he should be a heel now. You know what I mean? Stop teasing it. Make it happen. You know what I mean? What harm is it going to cause? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Plus, I mean, on Dynamite last night, first of all, I'm surprised the new TNT champion wasn't on the last Dynamite of TNT.
Yeah, a little surprising.
But Sammy was there during the break with his little cue card saying he's not finished with Cody.
oh no, he's coming back for that ass. I mean, I guess. So I don't know. People are telling me that Sammy's gonna try to. I guess he's gonna take a little bit of a hiatus or something.
Really?
That's what I'm hearing. I don't know if any of this shit is true. I guess the stuff with him and Ty has gotten like out of hand.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe people are just full of shit. That's a very big possibility.
She just seems to be taking it on the chin. Like, she just doesn't give a fuck. She's still posting pictures of them together and stuff.
Yeah, you're telling me. Dude. I mean, who cares? I mean, she's at the point where it's like it is what it is. Like, if people are gonna think we're together, then fuck it, we're fucking together, and there's nothing they are gonna say or do about the shiz.
Right.
So, good for them.
Yeah. So, SmackDown to Raw, apparently there was some cases of COVID, which kept some people off the show. Seth Rollins all but confirmed it.
COVID.
I haven't seen SmackDown or Raw, obviously, so I don't know who was on the show and who wasn't. All I saw was that Seth pretty much all but confirmed that he wasn't, that COVID has ruined his Christmas.
COVID has ruined many of folks' Christmas partner. Like, COVID has not been nice to nobody. Like, hell, in fact, I swear to God, I feel like maybe we end up getting it. By we, I mean me and mine's over here. It's literally like you went and you enjoyed yourself for Christmas. You're like, oh hey, we saw as a family. Oh, it's been great. Are we fucking sick? I think we're fucking sick.
Mm.
It's terrible. It's coming after everybody.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing right, but somehow I managed to survive the whole thing and still am.
Smart man. I mean, lucky for me, I'm the same way. The terrible thing is my poor wife. She's gotten it twice already, which is terrible because the first time she got it was before COVID was the thing.
Yeah.
And then the second time was literally as we were coming back from vacation. Like, way to end your vacation.
That's the thing. People are doing the same stuff I'm doing. I'm like, why the fuck are you sick and I'm not? Right?
It's a very good question. I mean, I have my theories. Mine mainly has to do with my extracurricular activities.
Mm.
There's many studies that say the stuff that Matt Riddle likes to ingest, him and MSK, actually does lots of protection to your lungs because it creates a mucus barrier.
Well, in my case, I'm putting it down to whiskey.
Attaboy.
But we digress. We're going to get into WWE more a little bit later because we're going to be predicting day one without actually watching anything. So that's good. But
that ought to be fun.
Before we get into more AEW, you have watched NXT. I haven't. I did see that Grayson Waller showed up on Raw to kind of get in AJ Styles' face.
I mean, they kind of had to. They had nobody. It was going to be one of those like NXT Invasion shows anyway.
Except all the good ones are gone.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the dude just comes out and just pretty much he talks shit. You know what I mean? That was his whole thing. He's I don't know, something about the fucking Grayson Waller effect. I tend not to listen to this kid. Like, he gets kind of annoying. And then, you know what? I was more distracted by his fucking get-up. I'm like, look at here. He came out looking like fucking G.I. Bro.
Oh,
Swear to God. Swear to God. I was like, okay, G.I. Bro over here. Like, he was basically just talking all kinds of shit. Who's the kid that came out? I actually kind of like this guy. Odyssey Jones. Big old fucking guy.
Yes.
He came out and ends up calling him a bitch. He was like, oh, yeah, whatever. Run away. You're a bitch. And he's like, oh, you want some of me? And I'm like, oh, really? Like, you're getting ready to fucking run away, you dork. But they end up having, like, I don't want to say it was like a good match. It was fine. I had no fucking idea that fucking Waller's finisher was like a goddamn stunner. So, I mean, like, that's fine. And then apparently him and AJ are going to have a match at New Year's Evil.
Okay.
Right.
Well, the Grayson Waller effect, is that pretty much Rohypnol?
I think I don't know.
Creepy looking dude.
He's weird.
It's
And I don't want to say like in a good way. I just like I don't get. He's trying a little too hard on his promos. I mean, I know they're feeding him shit. Maybe he's just not believable for me when it comes down to promo stuff. His in-ring work is super smooth. I mean, I'm not gonna bag on the guy in ring. He's relatively good. I mean, I don't know how green he is or isn't. He's entertaining. I enjoyed his match with Odyssey Jones. I just don't. He talks and I blank out.
Well, I mean, people who work with AJ Styles tend to get over and, get showcased. So I wonder if it was AJ who wanted to work with him.
I would hope so.
Maybe AJ saw something in him.
I was going to say, right, yeah, maybe the old, the old grizzled vet.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
AJ knows his shit. And
that he does.
And until it comes to the shape of the earth.
Hey. That's okay. He knows about a lot of other stuff, but it's okay.
Yeah, he defies gravity, so it's fine.
It's fine.
All right.
We'll make an exception.
So, New Year's Smash was great.
Mm-hmm.
It kicked off with the huge multi-man tag team match.
It was fun.
Yeah. You know what? I know you're not a huge fan of Matt Hardy, but he seems to be aging backwards.
I was just going to say, can this fucking guy pick a fucking persona? What are you doing, bub? Like, are you Delete? Are you Big Money Matt? Are you... I don't know what you're doing. And I feel like he's reverting back to Delete, because that honestly just means Jeff is on the way.
Yeah, he seems to change a gimmick every time he has a kid.
I didn't think of it like that.
So he's really did not think about 5 times.
Jeez, that's an excellent way of putting it.
Yeah, every time one comes out, he just reboots.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. We're looking at least 3 months, I think, before Jeff is able to sign.
Is that what you call it?
I think his
the non-compete
runs out in March.
90 day. Oh, that's right. Yeah, 90 day.
Yeah, 90 days. So it's 3 months.
Oh well, he's doing concerts.
Yeah. He
that
did
apparently are selling.
Great cover of No More Words.
Hey, good for him. I'm not gonna listen to that shit.
Oh, you're not a Parex Wygen fan?
No, I'm good.
Fair enough. I know Travis is.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah, sure
Travis probably there.
The concert.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he's in the front row. Yo, Jeff, what's up, bro?
Oh man. So our prediction came to fruition for the TBS Championship. The final is, of course, Ruby Soho versus Jade Cargill. But what we didn't predict was a little surprise that got us there in the shape of Mercedes Martinez.
Hey, good for fucking her. Good for her. Get out of that company. She shows up. She's going to be an even bigger star in AEW. I mean, she's not. She's an upper echelon talent. What's the terminology, the fun word I like to use? Upper mid-carder. You know what I mean? She's definitely somebody who could be in like title contention, or even at one point in time be the mean champion. I mean, the big heel mean champion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She has that capability. So it's like, I'm happy. And, but it's like, I think somebody was bitching about her on fucking Twitter, like, oh, what the hell is she going to do? What the fuck is Ruby? Or no, they were talking about somebody else. But it's like, well, where's Ruby? What is Ruby doing? I'm like, first off, dude, Ruby is in a way better spot now than she's ever been in WWE. Okay? Regardless if she's probably going to end up losing, and that's fine. It's totally fine because their stories are going to make sense. But then she's not going to be fucking buried all day long on fucking TV by the quote-unquote names of the company.
Right, and like she debuted and instantly got into a title feud with Britt Baker.
Mm-hmm. Did well.
As I think it was Robert that posted it, right? I think as he said, if you actually watched the frickin' show, you would notice.
Yeah, but motherfuckers, that's the problem. You know, they want to bark about the show from the outside looking in. That's why I tend not to try to bark about fucking Raw and SmackDown. I don't watch the shit.
Right.
I'll bitch and complain about NXT because I'm wasting my time with some of it. You know, some of it's good, some of it's just the hottest of garbage. It's literally going back to the 90s. You're gonna get some bad, you're gonna get some good.
Yeah.
Some of the good may be really fucking good, and some of the bad is gonna be really fucking bad. And by really fucking bad, I mean I was gonna say Grayson Waller, but not Grayson Waller.
That still sounds like an improvement on Raw. But speaking of wasted time, wasting your time with NXT like CM Punk's wasting his time with MJF, apparently.
I mean, if they're gonna blow this feud off that quickly, I mean, I guess.
No, I see. Like, I think it's Punk and Wardlow that are both in the ladder match, and there was a whole segment backstage where MJF pretty much revealed to Wardlow that in his contract it says he has to surrender any championships to MJF.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious. Fucking, he tells Sean Spears, he's all, hey, go get fucking Mark. And Mark comes in, reads his contract off, and he's just like, yeah. He's like, you're trying to build a brand or whatever, just like I am with Jade. And he's like, yeah, get out. All right.
Yeah.
And it's fucking, I'm like, what the fuck?
Spears, disappear. Okay.
Oh yeah, disappear.
So Punk then pretty much alluded to spoiling MJF's plan, so I kind of see that happening. And then MJF and Punk officially squaring off at the next pay-per-view, which I believe is Revolution.
Okay, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't know how many people are going to disagree with this shit. Why doesn't he go beat Cody?
Who, Punk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to fucking bullshit about this MJF feud, go beat Cody. Because MJF's his overall goals, he wants to hold both belts, right?
Right. He wants to be a double champ.
Well, be a double champ by going through me. Have Punk be that fucking stepping stone for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see Punk and Cody facing off at some point anyway.
Right.
Especially
Why not
once
sooner rather than later?
Especially once Cody goes full heel and we got Punk as the uber face.
I'm gonna be fucking for real here in 2 weeks, or is it 2 weeks or next? Was it next fucking Saturday?
Yeah,
the
next week.
Battle of the Belts or whatever.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is who's going against Cody?
Is it Sammy?
I mean, if they're gonna go back that quick, I don't know if they're gonna go that quick. If they're not gonna go that quick, I say fucking throw Punk in there for real. I'm fucking for real about this shit. Make fucking MJF go through Punk to win the TNT title, then you get this fucking super duper rub from Punk.
Well,
now fucking Hangman as over as he is, dude, this guy beat Punk, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The only match we know about so far for Battle of the Belts is Baker and Riho,
which ought to be fun.
Yeah, and it's only a
Riho's
1 hour
gonna
show.
Lose. Yeah, I'm sorry, Riho's gonna lose. So who was complaining about? Somebody was already complaining about Thunder Rosa being buried. I think it was kind of Harold. He was kind of really upset about the ending, and I was like, first off, it works perfectly. And does it suck? Yeah. I was like, but unfortunately they're beating her down just to turn around and raise her up. I've said it a million times already, and I'm probably exaggerating on the actual million number, but I've said it as many times as I can try to remember, that Thunder Rosa is the only person that can beat Britt Baker for that title. There's nobody else in that fucking company right now, right this fucking second, that should have that privilege of beating Britt Moore.
Yeah, and definitely not Jade.
Not Jade. Sorry, it's Thunder Rosa or it's nobody. Dead ass. Like it's like It's like when Hangman was gonna get the belt. It's either he wins or we fucking riot.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you probably understood the joke better than I did. I had to Google it. Punk laying down the whole Tim Tebow line on MJF.
Oh my god. Oh, I popped so hard. He tells him you're a fucking almost as big a waste of money as Tim Tebow was. Now, for the people that don't, for the wrestling fans that don't get the joke, let me go ahead and give you some knowledge for you one time. For if you do not know who Tim Tebow is a former quarterback from the University of Florida. He was a guy that almost won the Heisman Trophy twice. The last guy to win that is a guy by the name of Bo Jackson. Okay, Bo Jackson was the last person to win 2 Heisman trophies. It's not an easy feat. It's only done once in a fucking generation. Well, him and the former coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Urban Meyer, well, they had a beautiful connection because that was Florida. Florida was Urban Meyer. Tim Tebow goes to the NFL, gets drafted by the Broncos. He does mediocre, doesn't work out as a quarterback, mainly because he's built like a fullback, blah, 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 going into technicalities. Long story short, Urban Meyer comes to the NFL, and now Tim Tebow wants to play football again. Luckily for the people out there, he decides he doesn't want to be a quarterback anymore. He wants to be a tight end. Now, if anybody knows anything about football, let me give you a quick comparison on so a tight end is a fun combination of an offensive lineman and a wide receiver. So not only is their job to block and block well, but they also need to catch like a receiver and be able to run away and break tackles, and it's a hard fucking job. Okay, it's a hard job. Some of the best tight ends in the league are guys that are like 6'5", between 6'5", 6'8", 240 to 275 pounds. Okay, that's about the average size of a good tight end in the NFL. Fucking Tim Tebow is barely 6'1", 6 foot at best, and he's maybe 230 pounds, 240 pounds. He was getting hit left and right, couldn't hold a block to save his life. But they signed him because Urban Meyer had to have his boy. So, AKA, they brought him in. He literally played 1 preseason game, and then they fired him. So they paid a bunch of money to have this guy show up, get thrown around, and say bye-bye, see you later. No, I think he played 2 preseason games. But still, it's fucking mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Thunder Rosa versus Jade Cargill. I got to talk about it. I got to do it because I got to give due where it's due. And this is the best fucking match I've ever seen Jade have.
Mm-hmm.
Bar none. Best match she's ever had. Thunder Rosa carried the shit out of her. But it was a little bit more than that. Jade is somebody's been in her ear telling her how to sell a little bit better, and that's been helpful. And her moves are a little more fluid, and things are starting to click for her. You know, I call it, maybe it's this tournament, having to go out there and really work with workers. I mean, that's the best way to improve in this business. Go out there and actually have to do it in front of a crowd. You're going to either look like shit or you're going to look good. And this week, she looked really good. So, like, perfect ending. Like I said, sets up Britt and Thunder Rosa for down the line without nobody giving a shit at this current moment. Mercedes Martinez is going to be great here. It's just good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like, what is there not to like about this fucking show?
And I also want Thunder Rosa to continue doing the whole X-23 thing because that was badass.
Yes. Fucking great fucking goddamn gimmick tonight. That was awesome. The fang, the fucking claws and everything. Yeah.
Maybe keep them on in the match.
Well,
he might help you out a little bit.
That's just mean, but I love it. So, but we got to talk about the obvious thing about, I mean, I know I'm jumping right to the main because there's really not that much more in the background. Besides, obviously, them pumping the world title match for next week on TBS. I hope they don't open the show with it. I would rather them end the show
yeah.
with it. You know what I mean?
I think they will this time.
do it proper. You know what I'm saying? But the fucking deception already, if fucking Kyle ain't been there but a week, and there's already deception within the fucking elite about, well, fucking Kyle hasn't even said hi to us, the jealous Young Bucks. I love these guys. The jealous Young Bucks are fucking jealous of goddamn Kyle O'Reilly because he hasn't told them hi.
Yeah, and the sarcasm from Kyle. Oh, hi, Nick.
Oh yeah. Oh hi. Beautiful stuff. It's and people, like, some people are scratching their head. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. And by those people scratching their head, I'm talking about, like, those fucking WWE marks that are, oh well, isn't it supposed to just go beautifully together in the blah 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 blah. If you guys don't know, like, the stories of, like, BTE and how, like, the whole Bullet Club beat the shit out of Kyle because Adam Cole and all this other shit. Like, if you don't know that background, you're not going to get this immediate animosity between the Bucks and Kyle O'Reilly. If you don't know your fucking history, go back and do some fucking history. Kyle O'Reilly is not a WWE guy. Go watch the shit from Ring of Honor and New Japan.
I think
like,
you could have stopped it if you don't know stories.
That's, like, you know what? That you're absolutely right on that one. If you don't know fucking storytelling. Because and then they have a story within the story already.
Yeah.
Which is fan-fucking-tastic. I love it because there's a little bit of deception between Kyle and Adam, but then it's covered up by the overall giant deception of the Bucks not trusting Kyle, and Adam's trying to play the fucking peacemaker, but you gotta trust Kyle. I fucking love this. It's gonna be so awesome when they break up.
And we get the huge trios match.
Oh yeah. And then, oh dude, my heart filled with warmth seeing Kyle and Bobby Fish come out to the Red Dragon theme. I was like, oh.
Yeah, they also stole my intro video.
Like, I get good things again. Good stuff. It's great stuff.
We got a debut and a return. The debut of Colin Delaney, which I will admit I did pop a little bit for. Colin Delaney was infamously the really, really skinny guy in WWE ECW who got his ass kicked by Tommy Dreamer.
Did I miss something?
He was Wardlow's puppet this week.
Oh, okay.
He was Wardlow's punching bag for the week.
I was going to say, when I see Wardlow go out there and just kill a man, I'm just like, okay, cool. You're gonna kill a man, and he killed the man.
Yeah,
4 power bombs, and then I love Sean Spears. He's just like, oh, that poor guy is hurt. He's gonna walk away. Whoop! There's a chair shot. Wham! And I'm like, you're a fucking certified asshole.
Where has this Sean Spears been for the last 3 years?
Serious? Well, yeah. Like, I don't know. I really want to say they wanted to make him serious, and I get that. And the serious factor, just it fell so goddamn flat, And now they're just telling him, go out there and be a fucking dork.
Yeah.
And it's working beautifully. I don't get it. Why? Yeah, exactly. Where the fuck has this been? This guy could have been even more over right now with this goofy fucking thing he's doing.
Yeah, and as for Wardlow, his star is climbing.
I mean, he's a fucking powerhouse. He's a fucking hoss of all hosses. He's my favorite hoss in the whole company right now. I really like him the most. I'm loving that they're mainly just giving him squash matches, because anytime he's going to get a real match with somebody, it's going to mean a lot.
Yeah. This
is the Sting push. For those that don't get what, like, that reference, dude, Sting back in when he first started, I want to say like 85, 86. Sting he went out there and he would squash dudes. And that's how they got him over. And then it was him and the Ultimate Warrior as the Blade Runners. You know what I mean? They were squashing dudes because they were big, massive, strong guys. And you had to make them look strong. So you can go out there and squash motherfuckers.
Yeah. And they've been teasing the breakup between him and MJF for at least a year now.
Yeah, that long-term storytelling.
one thing I forgot to mention from Rampage, because we saw a highlight package on Dynamite, but Hook second match was, I gotta say, even more impressive than his first one. Like the first one, he showed a lot of mat skills, but against Bear Bronson, he just showed incredible strength for his size.
Fucking Hook, bro. Like, so I have my Fridays. I tend to try to spend them with the fam or whatever. I normally want to hang out with the TSK, and it tends to unfortunately lean the other way because it's like by the time I remember, oh shit, Rampage is on at 7:00. Yeah. I forget, you know what I mean? But I always go back and I always watch it, and I ask the boys, hey, okay, is this worth going back? They don't ever want to spoil nothing, so I had no idea Cody had won when I watched the show, which was perfect for me. But they were like, it was an all right show, but of course Hook dominated, and that's the thing you have to watch the most. So I basically, I didn't give a fuck about the opener. I fucking skipped the opener, which I think was like Isaiah Cassidy against, I think, like Santana or something. I was like, yeah, whatever, fuck this shit. And I went right to fucking Hook and Bear Bronson. This guy's fucking like one arm suplexing him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Brother, you're like 170 soaking wet. What? Fucking Bear Bronson's like 300 plus. He's easy, or probably close to 300. He's probably a good easy 280, 290 then, if he's not 300.
Taz exaggerated a little bit, said he was like 400 pounds.
Beautiful. That's what I mean. That's. Hey, bro. When if I'm a proud dad on commentary, you're goddamn right. I'm hyping everything up. That guy's 700 pounds. Lifted him up with one hand. Look at that guy.
I can absolutely hear Taz saying that.
He's a fucking proud dad. Come on. You kidding me?
Every right to be Hook. The hype for Hook is real.
It really is, though. It really, really is. I mean, they're using him perfectly. He's the fucking hidden assassin of Team Taz. You know what I mean? And the thing is people are already clamoring. Like, I've seen like the fucking memes of like of the people want Hook to hold all the belts, and then it's like Stephanie McMahon like, nah, fuck that shit, and then it's all of Cody with all the belts, and she's like smiling, and I'm like, fuck that. But it's like, obviously people are super into Hook to the point where they want him to have gold, but it's not necessary. He's literally getting over by showing up to the ring with this fucking just one of a kind theme. Just beautiful shit. Action Bronson's a fucking man. I got his cookbook. That's how badass he is. He just fucking comes down. He turns his fucking back to you, which is like, I want to get mad at, but it's like, this fucking kid with the fucking ball sack the size of New York goddamn city turns his back on a fucking damn near 300-pounder, goes out there, throws him around, pins him, and gets the fuck out. I fucking love this kid. I fucking love this kid.
Badass.
He's going to be huge. Like, this is the thing with AEW, dude. Yes, I understand that there are some like low-level indie dudes that have come in, like a Fuego, that, you know, they're really not getting a lot. But are you trying to tell me that these fucking stupidly young kids, these kids in their fucking 20s, they're not getting the publicity and getting over to that degree? You got fucking, like, we've talked about this, the third fucking week we've talked about it. The 4 or 5 pillars of a fucking, you know, AEW. I have no idea how old Britt Baker is. But if you're telling me she's under 30, I'd believe you.
I don't think she's under 30.
Well, there you go. But I mean, like, I believe Danny Garcia's under 30?
She is 30.
She is 30. Okay.
She'll be 31 in April.
She's on the bar, if you will. Because it's like, how many... Well, I don't want to bring up the E and think about how many stars under 30 they have, because the answer to that is 0. I don't have to fucking think hard. But it's like, they're literally just building up the youngest of stars in such a great way. I've thought about this the other day because who the fuck asked me? It was one of my coworkers, super huge WWE guy, and he was talking about because he had saw what was it? I think it was All In where what pay per view did Rey Mysterio do work with like the AEW guys? Or was that a
Oh,
New Japan show?
I have no idea.
Probably was an. I'm thinking I might have be thinking different or whatever. He was talking about Rey Mysterio outside of WWE, and I was like, I got intrigued, so I couldn't remember what match he was speaking about, and he was going on, and then he was saying like, well, do you think he would show up in AEW? I'm like, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if like maybe his contract expires at some point in time. I have no idea when it ends, but I would be more intrigued with Dominic going over. Because again, look at what they're doing with these kids that are fucking 30 and under. Building them like nobody's business, taking what they do best and using it to their advantage.
Yeah.
Allowing them to get over with what they know how to do. You're going to learn other shit along the way. Because that's how this company works. That's how this business works. But let's emphasize what you're good at. You know what I mean? Why do you think MJF fucking only talked for like a fucking year? I swear to God, all he did was talk for a year. And what did it do? Garner enough heat that made you want to see him wrestle. When he wrestled, he backed up what he did.
Oh yeah.
Now he's internationally loved and hated at the same time. I was saying it the other day. I swear to God, the guy has one of the most fucking used TikTok sounds in TikTok right now. His promo on fucking Cincinnati. The whole mid promo is literally a fucking commonly used sound on TikTok right now.
Wow.
So to tell me that this guy's not over like a son of a bitch, you know what I mean? But it's like if they're doing that with MJF, you know, Jungle Boy already has a following, Darby has his own following, Bray has. So again, what is there to hate about this place? God, I don't get people. Gotta love, but I mean, like, I would love the idea of like Dominic though. Like, but I also get not antsy. I get intrigued with every single fucking like possible free agent. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to see a Laredo Kid. I would love to see Roosh. I would love to see fucking Jonathan Gresham. You know what I mean? Just the fucking list of dudes in this company because they help guys flourish. Ugh.
Rey Mysterio had a brief stint in New Japan in 2018.
That's what it probably was.
Uh,
I think. Well, no. I think what it was is he was supposed to be in that All Out match, or was it All In? The one with Laredo Kid, that 6-man.
yeah.
I think he was supposed to be in that one, but then ended up signing with the E.
Huh.
I believe that's correct.
Well, that sucks.
Mm-hmm. Something like that. I gotta look that shit up.
Well, as far as the return goes from Dynamite, we had Chris Jericho return. And
Oh yeah.
it took me by surprise because I predicted he was going to return to help Sammy.
Yeah. No.
But, no, it comes out.
Oh no. See, I'm right here.
Oh,
The Golden Elite versus it's Kota Ibushi, Nick and Matt Jackson versus Bandito, Rey Fenix, and Rey Mysterio. That was the match he was talking about. Yeah, the 6-man from All In.
damn it, Ray. So Ray comes to, not Ray, Jericho comes to save Santana and Ortiz, and immediately there's a little bit of tension between him and Eddie Kingston.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have Santana and Ortiz on a pole match.
You know what? That's hilarious, but that's maybe. I mean, I kind of want to already see Jericho and Kingston because I feel like that's one of those ones we have. No, we have seen it.
We have.
I don't know.
We have.
I want to say we have. Yeah, during the whole thing when Wasn't he there to help Mox out when they were beating the crap out of Mox?
Yeah, but if they faced each other one-on-one...
Probably not then, now that I really think about it. Huh.
Uh,
Anyway, but still, like, I'm stupidly intrigued with this whole thing.
Yeah. I like the fact that Eddie Kingston is just kind of bouncing from feud to feud.
Yeah, that is awesome.
I mean, I'll be honest, I kind of expected the CM Punk feud to go a little bit longer. But, and I also was expecting Eddie to be the first one to beat him, but didn't exactly go that way.
True that. Yeah, it didn't work out as smoothly. But, I mean, let's see. I mean, I really like Eddie with fucking with goddamn Santana and Ortiz. I do, but I also really like the Inner Circle, and that's what makes me like hate this whole thing. That's what also makes me laugh when you bring up the whole, like Santana and Ortiz on a pole match, because I'm like, you know what, fuck it, do it, because it would be hilarious. But
the great thing about the Inner Circle is they all keep like going their separate ways, but not officially splitting up, and then just randomly get back together.
Mm-hmm.
So like, the Inner Circle's still going. They may not all be in the same place at the same time, but they're always still a team.
Yeah, they are still a team.
So finally, I think there's one more thing for us to talk about from Dynamite, and I gotta be honest, I fucking loved it. Dan Lambert's segment.
Oh my god, I can't believe I didn't think about this shit sooner. Bro, why does this guy pull not a single fucking punch? Oh my god. He goes out there, he's fucking ripping. He is ripping Brandy a new one, calling her a stripper.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got my stripper names mixed up. Fucking Scorpio Sky can't hold himself up. He's laughing so fucking hard. He's flailing all over the ring. Great stuff. Goddamn Ethan Page, you and fucking Ricky Starks guys kill me. Get some longer pants and put on some fucking socks.
Please.
Goddamn.
But
killing me.
Honestly, I don't know if I said this in the group or just to Travis, but I honestly think Brandy gets a little bit too much hate.
You know what? It's you know what it is? It's cheap heat.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe fair enough on the mic, but not on the mic, in the ring, but on the mic, she's great.
Oh no, she is fucking leaps and bounds better than her mic skills are leaps and bounds better than her in-ring skills.
Yeah.
Factual fucking statements right there. She comes out, and I was immediately going to talk shit. And be like, oh, she's coming out here with the same exact goddamn promo that fucking she cut on Jade.
Yeah, but I love that line.
Like, who told you it's open mic night, bitch?
I love that line, though.
It's a good line. But he's going out there, he called him a goofy-looking old man or whatever, fucking just ripped him.
She called him a bobblehead, ugly-ass, less talented version of Paul Heyman.
Beautiful.
And he comes back with a great response. I actually prefer Jim Cornette.
You know what? That's like this is why, and I said it in the TSK, and I'll say it right now. I don't give a shit if I get some fucking heat for it. I fucking love Dan Lambert.
He is a great heel.
I fucking love this guy. You're meant to hate him. I get this. He is so goddamn old school. It's just so great. It reminds I was like, I'm really trying to think of like, you know who it reminds me of? And this is probably like a terrible example. Who was the fucking guy that used to follow around Rob Van Dam back in the ECW days?
Oh, Bill Alfonso.
That fucking guy. That's who Dan Lambert reminds me of.
Just don't give him a whistle.
I was just gonna say, yeah, just don't give a fucking whistle.
Jeez, people who didn't watch ECW, you don't get it. The fucking whistle.
They're like, who? What? Do me a favor, look him up. There's plenty on YouTube. Plenty. Check it out, okay? RVD in the heyday. This, I mean, a puppy this guy was back then. Okay? Like this is the RVD you need to go see. This was the RVD that was over like a sumbitch when he hit WWF or WWE, I should say.
Yeah. But as far as Lambert goes, some of the insults to Cody too, like the neck tattoo. You got a tattoo of a Transformers logo.
Burnt the fuck out. I was dead.
Oh, what was it?
And I'm like, what?
A tattoo of a Transformers logo that even Mike Tyson thinks looks stupid.
Hilarious. But I was like, is he wrong?
No.
Is he wrong? I'm asking everybody in the TSK. It's like, does anybody disagree with this man? I didn't think so.
The only confusing thing is, like, who's the heel? Because Lambert's saying everything that the fans are thinking.
That is the worst part. Is like, who am I supposed to hate? I don't know who to hate.
Because obviously we're not supposed to cheer for Cody because they're slowly turning him heel.
Yeah. But then you bring.
But we're not supposed to
cheer
cheer
have Brandy
for
go
Lambert
out there
because
and
he's an
rip
asshole.
a new one. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, he total asshole.
And then of course I think the final line was, "Oh, you're a black belt? Well, I'm a black bitch."
Oh yeah, that was a
shit.
great one. I was like, oh, I'm not
The
touching
shoes
that
come
one.
off, the earrings coming off, it's going down.
I think it was Rob. Rob's like, he was like, damn right, look at her go. Because I was like, fucking damn right. She says she's a black bitch. She took it all out, but she was like, by the time she had everything took off, here comes goddamn Ruskin. And he's like, guys, let's not have a confrontation. And then they whip his ass.
Yeah, well, I mean, they pretty much just clobbered him from behind with one shot, and he's down.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean, I get it. He's not a young guy anymore, but still.
must say the guy's wrestled 4 decades. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Right? I'll let him off with a warning.
And then the crowd booed because Lambert and what are the team name?
Men of the Year.
Men of the Year leave the ring, and the crowd boos because they want more action.
Yeah. They probably want more fucking Dan Lambert insulting people.
Yeah, can we just get Brandy and Dan Lambert insulting each other every week? Because that was
Right?
great.
Let's give him like 5 minutes to go back and forth. That was fucking great.
People, you
Awesome
owe Brandy
stuff.
Rhodes an apology.
Shit, I think we all do.
Shit, I do, because I used to rip on her commentary. Not her commentary, her ring announcing.
I was going to say,
Back when she was Eden Styles. I think that's what got me blocked by Cody all those years ago, but he unblocked everybody when he launched AEW.
Smart man.
Yeah. Everything
Smart
is
fucking
forgiven.
man.
Please come and watch my show.
Right?
Cause I'm sick of standing up instead of going down. I'm sick of never being able to cross the line. I'm sick of pretending everything is fine. You got it, you're just a freak like me.
It's the Ultimate Finesser, your girl's favorite wrestler, and you are watching Max Wrestling Podcast. And now, we're gonna take it to the max!
Cause I'm sick of standing up instead of going down. I'm sick of never being able to cross the line. I'm sick of pretending everything is fine. You got it, you're just a freak like me.
Well, thank you so much to everyone that watched or listened to the Maxis Awards last week. Congratulations to all the winners, to Teddy P for the Lionheart Award, and of course to Chad Malcolm on retaining the world title against Mike Larkin, and to the Phoenix, still Knowledge Champion and new television champion. Gonna quickly fix my mistake. He isn't technically a Grand Slam champion because the Promo League returns next year and he's still got to win that.
Oh, shit.
But other than that, Phoenix has won everything that's currently available, so good for you, Phoenix. But don't get too comfortable because in 28 days it's time for another Max Wrestling special event. We go retro in January, and on January 27th we present Podcast Promo Rumble 7, the first special event of 2022 and the first special event of the Vidya era.
Vidya.
We will predict the 2022 Royal Rumble. The World and Knowledge Champions get to choose their own challengers. And of course, the Ring of Games returns on the pre-launch show to determine who gets to challenge the television champion. Love the Ring of Games. And if
Fuck, yeah, I know Ring of Games was fun, man.
it is,
So it's going to be fun coming back.
it's actually fun writing the questions for Ring of Games because it's so unique.
Yeah, right.
If that wasn't enough, though, Cypher makes his return to do battle with someone he's never faced before. It's Cypher versus The Shape in a promo exhibition.
Love it.
January 27th, podcast promo Rumble 7. Go to macwrestling.net/Rumble7 for more information. Alright, now we have the unenviable task of predicting WWE Day 1.
Was that this weekend?
It's, yeah, well, it's,
Shit.
what day's New Year's Day? Saturday, yeah.
It's on Saturday? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's on New Year's Day night.
Whatever.
It's actually the company's first pay-per-view to take place on New Year's Day. We had New Year's Revolution years back, but it was a little bit further into the month. But anyway.
I was going to say, wasn't that like in the middle of January?
Yeah, or like maybe a week later or something. But we have 9 matches.
Wow, really?
Not exactly sure how many are going to make it, but we got 9 matches. So let's kick it off.
Oh, yeah, with COVID. I mean, COVID hit hard.
Yeah. I mean, the main event may even be in question, but let's go with Drew McIntyre and Madcap Moss. Because you were confused by this one last week.
Because I was like, who the fuck is Madcap Moss? And then you're like, oh, it's goddamn Riddick Moss. And I'm like, I really didn't put Moss and Moss together. Okay, all right.
He goes by Madcap now.
Whatever.
Because Baron Corbin is Happy Corbin. But to keep it simple,
I thought he was poor. How the fuck are you happy and poor?
he won on Bitcoin. He won loads of money on Bitcoin.
Oh fuck!
Now he's rich.
You're gonna steal the Cameron Grimes spiel.
That's
like,
exactly what he
for
did.
real?
Yeah, he invested money and became rich.
I hate this company.
They literally did it like a week or two after Cameron Grimes won the $1 million title, I think, too. And everybody's like, so you're literally just copying Cameron Grimes' storyline. Okay.
Like, I get it, you're desperate and all, but for fuck's sake, put some fucking effort into your shit.
I'm gonna keep it simple. Drew McIntyre just claymores his ass.
Oh yeah, it's fucking Riddick Moss.
Can we just make this one a squash match?
Please?
And speaking of squash matches, I'm assuming we're both going for Drew McIntyre. The next one should be a squash match too. Dolph Ziggler challenging Damien Priest for the US Championship.
Why in the fuck is this old bastard still doing anything on my television set? I thought he was supposed to be a stand-up fucking comedian.
Apparently, he's supposed to have been a stand-up comedian for years. But
What? I cannot stand this fucking cat, bro. When my wife, again, where she gets the majority of her wrestling knowledge now after being, with me a little different, but prior only got her wrestling knowledge through fucking Total Divas. Knows who fucking Dolph Ziggler is, and even when she sees him on that, even he chaps her ass. So that's how much you're a hated man in this motherfucking household. I can't stand your bitch ass. Damien Priest, I hope he hits the fucking, what is it, the moonsault or whatever, and whips that ass.
Yeah. Make it quick.
Please and thank you.
Edge.
Wait, are him and Bobby Roode still a tag team?
Yeah, Robert Roode's going to be in his corner.
Oh, shit. Fuck. You kidding me? That makes... Oh, my God. God, I have to say go with Ziggler then.
Ooh, all right.
Because... yeah, something tells me chicanery, bro. Day 1. It's not going to be a happy pay-per-view or a network special. So fuck it.
All right. RK Bro versus the Street Profits for the Raw Tag Team Championships.
First, I'm loving this RK Bro shit. Loving it. You got goddamn Matt over there putting on fucking black trunks and taping his hands, and he put on a fucking mustache. That mustache gets me though. I'm like, you know what? That's all right. I haven't even seen fucking Street Profits do a hot damn thing.
Yep.
So yeah, keep it with the RK Bro. I'm with them.
Yeah, they're printing money right now with RK Bro.
They really are.
Don't mess it up.
Hey, if you got Randy Orton over in 2020, almost 2020 fucking 2, all right, don't change it. Okay, we're talking about Randy Orton. This motherfucker debuted when I was in high school. Okay, not even like a senior in high school. Even I think I was like a sophomore. This fucking cat's been around forever. So if he's staying relevant, keep doing what you're fucking doing.
Yeah. Well, this match isn't gonna happen now. But apparently, for some reason, it's still listed. Charlotte Flair versus Toni Storm.
Oh, yeah.
Which we haven't talked about yet. But news broke late last night that Toni Storm had been released, apparently. Then it was updated that she requested her release.
Good.
Then it was updated that she didn't, pretty much request it. She just up and left.
Good. Fuck that bitches. Fuck them place.
Get the fuck
And I was wrong, by the way, not to cut back to Randy Orton. This motherfucker debuted back in 2002.
Oh, yeah.
I was in middle school. Middle school. Just going to leave that out there.
So...
Hey, good for Toni Storm, though. Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, and Britt Baker immediately just tweeted a picture of Toni Storm.
And everybody's already coming. That's who I was referring to at the beginning of this. It was everybody's referring to Toni Storm jamming to AEW, and it's like, tell me how that's wrong. And then these dumbasses out there saying that Toni Storm is WWE made. Motherfucker, if that was the truth, why'd they go get her? Why'd they pull her from the UK? Why'd they pull her from China? From Japan? Why'd they pull her from all these big promotions that maybe you fucking haven't heard of? That's not my fucking problem, by the way. But you want to go ahead and say some stupid shit like she's WWE made. Tell me one positive thing WWE did for her, and then you might even be able to have that comment to yourself one time. Because I have seen nothing of positive from her WWE run. I barely saw any positive from her fucking NXT run. Let her go. Y'all don't know what she can do. Y'all don't give a fuck what she can do. I get it. Let her go flourish. Let TK pay her. Let her fucking get over, because in 2 years when your fucking women's roster is depleted, you're going to be, oh, we shouldn't have fired all these, we shouldn't have made everybody mad and want them to go fucking leave. Like, hearing Toni up and being gone makes me pray that fucking Candice LeRae is the next, don't stay. Don't stay. I know she wants to go back to the style of wrestling she's done. I get she's getting ready to have a kid, and the money is great, but something tells me that wrestling itch is going to get her, kind of like how it did with Bryan.
Yeah.
And it's like, I would love to see her in AEW.
I'm kind of hoping that they didn't update Toni's contract and she still has the really short non-compete clause that NXT guys get.
I fucking hope so, but she's been on the main for a minute.
Yeah, but so was Aleister Black, and they completely forgot about his.
Yeah, well, they're fucking... You know what I was going to say? They are pretty dumb.
Yeah. But no, yeah, she was great in NXT UK. She was alright in NXT US. Never really won much. And they
used her as a stepping stone more than anything.
Yeah, and they just completely wasted her on SmackDown, throwing fucking pie in her face and shit.
Oh, yeah. Dude, the pie in the face is living infamously in her head.
Yeah.
And it sucks. It's like, do you know who the it's like, I hate to play that card, but it's like, do you know who the fuck you have? Do you understand the caliber of talent you truly have? You're doing this slapstick bullshit from the fucking 90s. It's fine from the 90s when half your fucking roster is gimmick guys that nobody gives a half-ass shit about. But there are people on your roster, on your lower mid card even, that people care about because we're invested in them from their work prior to coming to your bullshit company. And then you treat them like dog ass because you didn't make them. And then you wonder why they leave. Because you treat them like dog ass. Like, they're going to have, like, I'm telling you, dude, they're going to have a fucking, their roster is tiny as it is. Yeah. I'm not going to be surprised if at some point next year, their roster is under 50 people.
Is it also any wonder that they always have to bring in like legends in the women's Royal Rumble because they don't have enough people on the roster?
It's already under 50 because they were talking shit about. I guess they have like currently active, or I think this is due to COVID. Currently, like 24 people active. I think it's probably because of COVID.
Yeah, but still,
exactly.
Maybe if they hadn't fired like 150 people,
I mean,
they'd have backups.
I think my man Paul Morales, if you guys don't remember Paul Morales, hearing that name Paul Morales, go check the old school retro rewinds. He's the man. Every now and again, he shows up, the Undertaker of the RWT. He'll show up every now and again and start posting some shit. And one of the things he posted about was all of the fucking people that WWE has released over this past year. And the list is fucking huge, man. And, of course, every WWE mark says that every single fucking WWE guy that got released signed with AEW. And it's like, dude, I think it was barely a quarter. Barely.
Yeah. Well, last night, Toni worked a triple threat match against Charlotte and Sasha at a house show. And she was supposed to be against Charlotte at day one. But you know what she was doing on Sunday at a house show?
Jobbing.
Chasing the 24/7 title.
And you wonder why she wants out. They're not stupid. You think they don't watch back the product and realize these are a bunch of fucking geeks out here? I understand, guys like Drew Gulak don't mind running for the 24/7 title. Akira Tozawa. Guys like that. I get it, I don't know if I've said this on this show, but I've said it a lot in the TSK, and it's showing me, or I'm slowly starting to realize that there are some guys and gals in WWE that don't give a shit about money.
No.
And what I mean by that is they are willing to leave the big high-dollar product company where I'm only working so many days a week and making all this money and blah, 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 blah. They want to go back to doing their craft. And there's going to be a bunch more of them ready to leave. And there's also going to be a bunch more of them ready to sign that next contract the second they hand it to them.
Yeah. Such as Kevin Owens.
I mean, I love Kevin. I do. I get it. His kid's young, all that shit. And then the reality is I look at it in the bright side. 3 years, I swear, it's maybe since it's because I gotten older. 3 years is nothing. 3 years is going to fly fucking by. But however, when it comes down to that, if you're willing to sign with this company, they need to fucking push you. There is no point of re-signing this fucking talent to have them job out to your quote-unquote stars. If you're going to keep them from making a decent living in a different company while getting over and making more merch money than they do fucking salary money, which is something you guys don't want them to do, put them the fuck over. Build them. Actually fucking use them. Like, I've said it a bunch. I think we've yet to predict it. The fucking Kevin Owens. That's my pick right there for the world title one, dude. If that guy doesn't fucking win, what was the fucking point of signing, dude? And if it's financial stability, the last time I checked, dude, Tony Khan's pockets weren't very light.
No. Maybe a little bit lighter after Tim Tebow, but...
Hey, that's Big Con's money, okay? You let Big Con worry about his bad spending.
All right, so we'll obviously skip the women's title match. I mean, I'm predicting they're probably going to replace Toni with Sasha, but for now we're gonna NA that one.
That. Yeah, NA, I like it.
One women's match we do know what's happening now is Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan in a rematch for the Raw Women's title, and same principle again. If Liv doesn't win, what's the fucking point?
Again, you can't keep building people up to throw them down and wonder why they don't get over. It's simple. It's as simple as the day is fucking long. So yeah, Liv is a fucking shoe-in, or at least should be. God damn it.
I mean, it's not going to do wonders for her career just for winning the title, but I mean, they keep making this huge thing about how Becky's been a champion every day since every active day since WrestleMania 35. Over 500 active days as champion.
If you're going to make a big deal about it about Becky, then it's a big deal about it, period.
Yeah, so
which means it's a big deal.
Skyrocket for Liv Morgan.
Which is something you need because you do not have stars.
No. And they keep firing the women. I really hope they don't drag this out any longer and Becky wins and then Liv has to win the Rumble.
This is just such a handoff, dude. This is the fucking Patriots versus the Seahawks. I can't remember the Super Bowl. Should we run the ball or should we pass it? If you pass the ball, it's fucking, Liv losing and you don't give a fuck the dynasty, blah, 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 blah. If you run the ball, it's a guaranteed win, a.k.a. give it to Liv and build a fucking star. Tell me a time that a star has been built, has gone bad. I'll wait. Exactly.
Well,
build somebody.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I can't think of anybody. I mean, I would say Cena, but most people kind of respect him now.
Yeah,
speak for yourself.
I love the guy. Yeah. I can't. Again, you take him off my TV in a capacity where I don't have to see him beat everybody senseless. I can get behind him. Yeah. He's hilarious. He's got a good sense of humor. He's a good worker. I don't like to see him bury young talent, and I really don't like the fact that I can hear him his whole match. Drop toe hold. He's fucking loud. Speaking of that was Thunder Rosa and Jade, bro. They were loud too. I'm like, bro, I get it. Like she needs direction, but can you fucking calm down? Can you quiet it down a little bit?
Yeah, I don't need to hear calls in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got Edge and The Miz in a pretty personal match. First of all, I fucking hate the black blood baths. If you're not going to do it properly, don't do it. Because it's not a bloodbath, It's goo.
Yeah. You're dropping goo on motherfuckers.
What is it, fucking Nickelodeon?
Well, yes, but they can't get sued, so.
Yeah, just please stop with the PG bloodbaths. But I digress.
It's like, well, it's like, dude, we get what you're doing, okay? You're trying to go back. You're trying to, the history of Edge and the Brood and the da-da-da-da. Dude, if you're going to fucking bring it up, then do it for fucking real. And if you're not, shut up and move on.
Surely kids are Googling this and seeing the old school bloodbaths, the proper ones that the Brood used to do, and they're like, oh, damn, that's cool. Edge is lame now.
I'm going to say, what's so fucking wrong with that? What's so wrong with these kids going back and doing some history to see fucking vampires? You guys act like you guys were humping people. You know what I mean? It was fucking vampires and fake blood all the time.
Yeah. That was cool.
Nobody got busted open. They got blood dumped on them. Oh my God.
Now, Gangrel used to spit blood over the first row.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, obviously you couldn't do that in 2021, but
Like, COVID. No, just kidding.
I mean, we got Maurice involved in this too. I don't know if you see it continuing past day one, or if they're gonna get
Well,
like
yeah,
Beth
they got to bring
involved.
Beth into it.
So based on that, I'm gonna say Miz.
Fuck, I hate that. Because I'm like, why the fuck are you gonna beat Edge? You know what I mean? But at the same time, the guy's here. And then you got nobody. You're really gonna get rid of him? Like, you need people for the Rumble.
Yeah.
So yeah, give me the Miz.
Like Miz wins.
Oh, that bad taste in my mouth after saying that.
Miz wins. He and Edge come face to face in the Rumble. Maurice enters the Women's Rumble. Beth returns and sets up a Mania tag match.
Ew.
Bold prediction. Only difference is this time we're not going to get a proposal at the end of the match. Because they all already married.
Yeah. I did think of that.
We're certainly not going to get a fake proposal. Jeez.
Oh yeah, will you marry me again? Like, what?
What a
Maurice is like, bro, we
horrific,
got 2 kids. If you don't knock it off.
cringy moment.
Poor bastards.
Okay, what we got left? We got the 2 heavyweight title matches, but we also got the Usos versus the New Day because they're the only fucking tag teams on SmackDown for the tag team titles.
Dude, move Imperium up, man. Oh, God, why did I say that? You know what? Fuck it. There's no... Who else is there? I mean, I don't want to see MSK up there. I'm enjoying them. Imperium might actually work on the main. Anyway,
For a time.
for a time. But give me the... I mean, fucking day one. It's basically named after them. So give me the Usos.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of that. Oh, I mean, it's kind of named after both of them. Day one-ish, New Day.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Honestly, I mean, one of these teams are always the tag team champions, so I really don't give a shit who wins.
In no way, shape, or form do I blame you.
It's just, what is the point? One of them's gonna win it back at some point, so just keep it on the Usos for now. I don't care. Really don't care.
Just make it fucking simple and move on.
It's the ultimate rerun match. Ugh.
I love how you're so fuming about it.
I could probably predict a tag team title match on every pay-per-view for the next 12 months, and I guarantee every single one is going to include at least one of these 2 teams.
You're not wrong.
So,
in no way, shape, or form.
That brings us to the 2 heavyweights. We'll go with the Raw one first because we've pretty much said Kevin Owens, but Big E defending against Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, I'm stuck with Kevin Owens. If you're signing this fucking contract, win the fucking belt.
Mm-hmm. Or, bold prediction time. Big E wins, Kevin Owens goes ape shit and gets a rematch at the Rumble and then wins.
I don't hate that.
I want to see that mean streak in Kevin Owens again. The one that pretty much broke Sami Zayn in half.
You know what? Yeah, that's the one real true side of Kevin we really haven't seen. Like, they've played him as a heel, and he's been a heel guy, but he's never been that
killer,
malicious, monotonous, just an asshole. And we need that right now. So I like where I like where you're going with that. Build it up, finish it off at a big show. I dig it, But I'm still going with KO.
All right. So main event, possibly. Roman Reigns defending the Universal title against Brock Lesnar. Roman no longer has Paul Heyman. We still don't know for sure if Paul Heyman is in Brock's corner. There's rumors going around that Paul's done. But there's also been a report going around for a couple of weeks that they have some kind of big finish for this match, which is going to, quote, make us want one more rematch.
First off, don't ever tell me how you think I'm going to come out and feel, okay?
Especially about a WWE match.
Disrespectful. That's disrespectful. I have never in a million years thought to myself, I'm going to watch this match and I bet you I'm gonna want to watch another one. No, it's a feeling that happens, organically. That's the fucking word I couldn't think of it. As it's an organic feeling. You can't force it. And then if you're gonna say stupid shit like that, you're already making me think that I'm like, it's gonna be fuckery. Good old fashioned fuckery. And by fuckery, I mean like it's probably gonna be like Paul Heyman not really being on Brock's side and we're gonna fuck Brock and Brock's gonna beat up Heyman and this and it.
Yeah, he took. I
probably already fucking figured it out. Yeah, exactly.
But I can
say stupid shit.
I can categorically say not once in the last 6 years have I said I really want to see Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns.
No, I don't. But then the human in me wants me to think about Roman's fucking health, and is this going to be a healthy environment for him to be in, with considering the fact that WWE is absolutely COVID ridden.
Yeah, and apparently no longer tested.
They're what?
Oh, did you not see that one?
No, that's stupid.
Yeah, apparently tests are no longer required by the talent.
All right, I hate to spin this into a different thing, but that's fucking asinine. As somebody that covers the NFL to a degree, it's fucking riddled the NFL. Last Sunday's games, there was somewhere just shy of 100 players out. 100 players out. Okay? Forcing guys from practice squads, some guys off the fucking street to be signed, forced onto a team, and thrown into a game, say, because we have to fill a roster. Fucking COVID right now is no goddamn joke. No goddamn joke. And they're fucking testing daily in the NFL. And you're going to tell me in a even more of a contact sport where I can very easily swallow your sweat, or heaven forbid your fucking blood, and we're not going to fucking test?
Especially after this past weekend.
Unsafe work environment.
Sloppy shop.
Sloppy fucking shop. Just that's embarrassing. I get it, dude. I mean, I understand, the hatred of this whole thing and, whatever. This is some real conspiracy conspiracy theory shit. Really fucking is.
Stupid.
I pray for that whole roster.
Right.
I mean, I'm sorry to put it so vague like that, dude, but again, I've talked about it twice already. This thing isn't a fucking gimmick. Like I said, if we're as easily to catch it hanging out on fucking vacation, you can catch it from fucking tying up with somebody. So the least they need to be doing is testing for their own fucking sanity.
Yeah, and it literally takes 20 minutes, if that.
I mean, hell, you've made $200-something million. The test shouldn't cost you nothing.
Budget cuts.
Cuts.
That's what all the budget cuts were for.
Oh yeah, so we can pay for the COVID tests.
But
that we don't use anymore.
Like, they ran a house show in MSG this past week, and it was like half empty.
Yeah, because fucking COVID is wild in New York. Especially because our insider DC out there says it. And if he says it, shit.
Yeah, but
I know it's bad.
But hey, let's stop testing,
because fuck it, right? Because that way we can't keep telling people these guys tested positive and we can't do this or this. Stupid. Fucking stupid.
All right, so you're going for Reigns. I'm going for Reigns, and
yeah, it'll be a Roman thing,
and then we'll get I guess a rematch at the Rumble.
Probably. All right, I guess. I mean,
well, that's day one. So before we close out, let's find out who's the Geek of the Week. At this point, it's probably Vince McMahon, but
No, God, this is a great one. Hit the music one time.
all right.
Pencil neck geek, grit-eating freak, scum-sucking peahead with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-cut, losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. Pencil neck
Geek of the Week goes to somebody that he's deserved this for weeks coming. I don't know what has persuaded me to ignore this man and his just dreadfulness. But fucking Von Wiener, you're fucking terrible. Dude, like, he had a fucking squash match on fucking NXT against a dude that looked like $1 million compared to him. And this guy was getting his ass kicked. And he looked like $1 million fucking dollars. This goddamn Von Wagner, he's hitting the ropes wrong. He's fucking up clotheslines. He hit a vertical, was it a vertical suplex or some kind of fucking suplex or whatever, and he over-rotated so hard the guy fucking knees damn near hit him in the chest. Like, he could have fucking stood up if he really just half-rotated. Like, I'm like, it's... When you're big, strong, unsafe, and green as goose shit, it fucking is problems. Nothing but fucking problems. Even the fucking fans in NXT, the paid fans in NXT, booed your ass. They fucking said, this match sucks and you suck. Von Wagner, Geek of the Week, come back next week for the fucking plate's still full. God damn.
Fair enough. I don't know how you missed him.
Hot garbage.
Well, all right then. And now for the Wrestler of the Week. And it doesn't even need debating. There's absolutely no question about it. You need a Wrestler of the Week this week? Send Hook.
Send Hook, baby.
Damn, that kid's impressive. Just
fucking A, man.
Like you talked about earlier, the strength, the suplexes, and just making it look so effortless for a guy that's, 120 pounds soaking wet.
Like 180. I gave him some credit. Like 187. The kid's under 200 pounds. He's well under 200 pounds. He suplexes people with fucking ease. And no, I'm not talking about light-ass Fuego. I'm talking about big-ass Bronson, fucking Bear Bronson, okay? Fuck, man. Fucking impressive.
Ooh.
I need more.
He's actually 201 pound.
Oh, fuck you. Love it, though. Love it.
He doesn't look 6 foot
that 1
either.
pound is just to spite me.
Nah, there's no way he's 6 foot.
Bullshit.
Have you seen his dad?
He's 6 foot. Bro, his dad is 5'4" on a good day. You fucking kidding me?
I also thought Hook was his real name.
You trying to tell me that's not his real name?
No, his name's Tyler.
No, fuck that shit. I want to be the fucking teacher. Hook. There you go. That's my guy. First off, this is well off topic. You can tell me you go to high school, your name's Hook. You ain't going to get laid like a motherfucker, right? You can get, like, just off the name alone, they're going to give you some pussy. Just saying.
Wow. Did you ever know Taz's real name?
It's going to be something weird, isn't it?
It's Peter.
Okay, thank God. I was about to say, it was going to be like something like Sebastian, huh?
His name's Pete. Taz
Peter.
is a Pete. He's a Peter.
He's a Peter. Peter, I'm calling Peter.
I'm
right
finding
here.
out so
I'm calling
much,
Peter.
but I think the biggest disappointment is finding out Hook isn't his real name.
He's Tyler. He's
still
Ty
Hook
Hook.
to me, damn it.
Why, dude? That should be his fucking name. Ty Hook.
Ty Hook, yes.
That's fucking great.
So Hook's your Wrestler of the Week. Von Wagner is your Geek of the Week, and your week is complete. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media and Max Wrestling UK. And a huge thank you, as always, to everybody on SoundCloud. Don't forget the website, maxwrestling.net. You can follow us at the Captain512 and at SMRPodNet. Now listen up, you Pencil Geeks, because here's what Moses has for you this week.
That's right. So the official date for the beginner guide to Wrestle Kingdom 16 drops on New Year's Day. Why New Year's Day? Because why the fuck not New Year's Day? The reality is I have not yet finished all of my work for it. I went like a little too in. I want to say a little too in depth. I kind of explained what the Wrestle Kingdom event was about. I went super in depth into some of the feuds. Talked about how they love to promote six-mans. I gave full-blown predictions for night 1 and 2. I'm not going to do night 3 just because I don't know that much of Noah to be that confident in guessing those. So, but I am going to give 2 full nights of predictions. As far as Bolt Ranch stuff, it is literally some of it is processing right now. More of it will be processing later this afternoon. There's going to be, if I do this correctly, 3 episodes dropping today. One about draft, one about free agency, one is the review from the Texans game. Friday drops the preview for the Broncos game, and of course, like I said, Saturday drops the beginner's guide to Wrestle Kingdom 16, and then of course next week we come back with the Vidya. So we got to get ready for that, and I got to take my little bit of time here. And because it's been announced and we have to talk about it, Promo League is coming back. Don't be afraid to be a part of Promo League. Okay, this is the guy that 2 years ago would go around telling everybody I'm not a promo, who has gone on to be multiple-time promo champion. Okay, you got to. The only way you know if you got it is to get in here and give it a try. We've had awesome first-timers that have come in and shocked the fucking world. Hell, fucking Travis, the Walker Anderson, was one of those first-timers that came in and shocked the world. Okay? Nicola was just one that shocked the world. Who was my man? Joan, was it Joan? What was his name? The guy that went against me.
Ronald Hill.
Ronald Hill. Guy came in, didn't know a lick of shit about nobody. Shocked the fucking world. You can do this. Have your confidence, come in. Let's do this thing. Let's make fucking Promo League fun, entertaining, and most of all, a fair and fun place to be.
Yeah, and I emphasize fair because it's going to be very different this time. There's no votes or anything. You don't even have to win. It's just all exhibitions. You get a point for calling somebody out, and then you both get a point if the other guy accepts, and then that's it. You just do a promo exhibition.
So this is quite literally your perfect opportunity to practice promos. That way, heaven forbid, somebody beats the Phoenix and you got to cut one every month.
Yeah.
By the way, Phoenix, I'm waiting, motherfucker.
He won at the perfect time because the Rumble falls within a month, so he doesn't really need to cut a promo.
Why are you telling that? I wanted him to sweat and get a promo ready.
Well, you know, the funny thing is he still has the Iron Bank. He's got two championships plus the Iron Bank.
He is literally Phoenix got it all.
So, one last thing. A couple of months ago, we announced Mike Larkin had decided to leave his regular co-host spot, but you haven't really heard from him since. He was at the Maxis, but that was about it. So, to close the show, Mike has provided his final statement. And with that said, we will see you next week. I had it ready this week.
Next motherfucker week, motherfucker.
Next week, we will be all Vidya. After 6 years, Max Wrestling finally becomes an all-video podcast, so make sure you're here next week. And go watch some wrestling, then come back and listen to us talk about it. Well, watch us talk about it next week. Goodbye, and good night. Bye.
Coming at that ass next week with the Vidya for the 2SK from your ears in the hearts. Wow, we love you. Too sweet it.
Vidya.
You know, around this time back in 2014, my best friend Steve Nicoforo and I were sitting around New Year's Eve, and he goes, Mike Larkin, we should start a podcast. And I said, you know what? Why not? You know what? We were talking about it. I was a little apprehensive at first, but I got to thank Steve, because if we didn't start it, then I wouldn't be the podcast machine, as Dazzy Dangerously has called me for numerous years. All I wanted for my 23rd birthday in 2015 was a podcast microphone. And I got it. And thus, in the summer of 2015, Steve and I put out our first episode of the S&M show, the Steve and Mike show, the Stevie Nicks Experience, the Pop Culture History podcast, the Golden Age of Everything. Everything would come into fruition right after that. And I've always wanted to provide a variety for people when it comes to podcasting. And I got a chance to do that, and I'm still doing that, and I'm forever grateful for it. In 2016, I started making appearances for Max Wrestling. 2017, I became a captain, a featured co-host, and it's been a fun 4 years doing the Max Wrestling podcast each and every week. And it's one of those things where it's a variety. You know, it's trivia. We had promos. We had a lot of great stuff going, Max. You got my interviews. We have the net picks. We gave you everything in a variety. And I loved it. But I've always been the knowledge guy on this show, and I love wrestling. I've loved it since I was 10 years old. I've been watching it for 20 years. It's something that I love the art form of it, and it's something that I'm very passionate about. And this year was a very tough year for me. I had tried to end my life twice. By the grace of God, I'm still here, and I think the reason I'm still here is because it's not my time, and it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be here to touch people's hearts and be that positive light in people's lives, and I already knew that, but I needed to be reminded again. And I'm so grateful for Nicola, Robert, Dazzy, Mo, Trav, Britt, Steve, my brothers at the Heelcast, and everyone that checked in on me and wanted to help me, because I was blowing a lot of people off. Okay, and I'll say this right now, I was a flat-out asshole. I was in a very bad mental state. I was very negative. I was living a sad and miserable existence. And for that, I will forever be ashamed, and I will forever be sorry for. But I've gotten myself out of that, and I feel good. I feel like I'm me again. I feel like when I first started doing this stuff with Steve. I feel like when I first started doing Max, and I felt like when I started doing the Pop Culture History podcast, working with Britt, working with Christy Knowings from all that, working with Ty Emery, having guests that really coincide professional wrestling and pop culture, which is two things that I love. But the ultimate knowledge that I've gained over the years is who I am, what I'm supposed to do, what my purpose is, and my knowledge how to better myself if I'm in a obstacle or in a circumstance that's very dire. And I've obtained a lot of knowledge this last year, and I've obtained a lot of knowledge over the years, and that's what I try to do with my platform. And with knowledge, the knowledge that I've obtained as well is I know when my time is up, and I know when I'm done. And with that being said, I'm retiring from trivia competitions, and I am retiring from the Max Wrestling podcast. It's something that I've loved doing for 5 years. And for me, I've done it all. I've done and accomplished everything I've wanted to accomplish. I've competed in a lot of great trivia bouts, promo bouts, and I'm very, very grateful and appreciative of whoever got to work with. And a lot of them are my brothers and my sisters outside of the podcast auspices. So for me, y'all are always going to be my friends. And I love each and every one of you to death. We have so many unique people that have competed in Max, contributed to Max. And I look at it from a stance as grateful, appreciative, and honored to be a part of something that is a variety and something that is unique when it comes to podcasting. And I made a dear friend in Dazzy Dangerously, who I know is going to be a great dad, and I cannot wait to see his child blossom into a wonderful, wonderful adult. And I think it's one of those things where it comes to children, it's a blessing, And there's nothing like putting a smile on a child's face. That, my friends, is the ultimate gift and the ultimate reward, is being a parent. And I look forward to seeing Dazzy get to do that. And I'm very, very happy for both you and Becca, man. I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss this very much. But I need to do what's best for me. And this is the decision I need and I want to make. So with that being said, the podcast machine is going to continue to move forward. And the podcast machine is going to keep doing what he is known for doing, is that of putting out great content, great interviews, and just entertaining and touching people's hearts, like I've done with Max and like I've done with everything in my 29 years of being on this planet that we call Earth. God bless you all, and continue, not just with this podcast, but in life, to take it to the max. I'll see you down the road.